Hey everybody, this is Rustin Rose with Metal Nation and AXS, and joining us today, the amazing Jeff Keith of Tesla. How is everything in your world, sir?
Everything is going fantastic in the Tesla world, man. Everything.
You spent more than half your life in Tesla at this point. Does that seem a little surreal when you think about it?
Yeah, I know. It's just we've been together longer after getting back together in 2000 than our whole career before we broke up in 96, which we didn't really want to do, but things just happened the way they did. But yeah, I mean, things are going great 31 years later, and we're feeling like we're going stronger than ever.
Absolutely. And you guys just recently wrapped another tour with Def Leppard, and now I understand you're back in the studio working on the follow-up to Simplicity. What can you tell us about how the album is coming along and what fans can expect with the new record?
Oh, man, it's going to be great. It's, going to be just like sonically just amazing, because with Phil Collen, Def Leppard's guitar player, he's got all these, different ways of approaching recording and stuff like that. Things like, we maybe work on three different parts of three different songs in one given day. And usually we've been known for, pretty much working on a song and kind of finish it and going on to the next. But with Phil, it was great. We'd just bounce all around and record something, go home, kind of chew on it, come back the next day or two and try some different things. And he had us trying a whole lot of things that we didn't really know how to do or had ever tried. So it was really exciting to make it with him, and we're just finishing up with it and just having a blast. And he's such a great guy, great person, and a great producer. And he wrote a lot of the stuff with us, so he really, it really took us under his wing. He's definitely just like our big brother, and he really is passionate about the band Tesla, and he wants to, wanted to help us make this great sonically sounding record with great songs, and we feel that we've hit the mark.
As you said, you guys worked with Phil on the latest single, Save That Goodness, and now working on the new record. And it's funny because, you think Def Leppard, they spend so much time in the studio being such perfectionists. And I was wondering how that impacted the whole dynamic, going into the studio with you guys, because you guys are very sort of rootsy, bluesy, laid back,
Right. Well, especially these days with Pro Tools, you can just go way overboard. So we all, we still keep that live, raw feel. That's how Tesla, we've always recorded our rhythm tracks, live, raw, together, and then add to it. So with Phil, he's got all these different approaches on things and really got us to try some things that we never would have thought of, much less tried. And so, he's had a lot of great recording experiences and wrote a lot of great songs, and he even helped us write a lot of these songs and stuff. Save That Goodness, he actually wrote for us, said, I wrote this song to fit you guys. And we said, yeah, we jumped on it and said, yeah, we'd love to do it. He let us put our Tesla stamp to it. But with this new record, it's like a collaboration. He's like the sixth member of the band. And we're just having a great time putting it together. And like I said, trying a lot of great, exciting things that we never would have crossed our mind. So he made it a lot of fun, and he really brought the best out of us, as a good producer will do. They bring the best out of you. They can say, hey, you got this over here. How about we try this over here? And you might be thinking, I don't know how that's going to work. And you try it and you love it, So he's really made it exciting and fun and just laid back. He's an easygoing guy. Doesn't, you're not feeling uptight or like, and just really just laid back, but fun and exciting and going for it, straightforward. So just having a ball.
Sounds like you got the trust and chemistry thing going, and that's what it takes, right?
Absolutely. I mean, when you work with somebody, you got to like them as a person, because, you're on stage or you're in the studio for all these hours, and if you don't like the person as a person, it just doesn't work. So he's such a great person, a great guy, and just easygoing and laid back and makes you feel relaxed and comfortable at trying new things. So the chemistry is just amazing.
How long does it take you personally after you've recorded an album before you can look back at it objectively?
I don't know. We spent a lot of time in trying different things and stuff, and a lot of times when like records are mixed, things will change and things like that. But the way we're doing this, kind of like pieces here, pieces there, as I'm hearing the songs as they're being mixed and stuff, it's just sounding great, and couldn't be happier. And because like I said, sometimes you can record a particular song, and you go, you hear the mix and you go, it's not sticking out. Things aren't sticking out like they were when we were recording it. But things are staying very true with how we approached it and trying a bunch of different things. And we couldn't be happier with the way it's gone out. We just couldn't be happier. And especially be doing it with Phil Collen. It's like, wow. This guy has so many great ideas and so many great approaches, and he's worked with some of the best, and he is the best, so we're very happy and very grateful and thankful that how passionate he is about the band Tessa.
And you guys are about to hit the road for some headline dates now. You celebrated the 30th anniversary of Mechanical Resonance last year. There's new music at the Wings, as we just mentioned, and you get to do a full set this time out on the road. What sort of set list do you think we'll see this time out? Any new music, maybe? A focus on the early albums? What are you guys thinking?
Well, there's been talk of that because these days, the way records, are made and how they're sold and how people can just do downloads. And from what I understand, I'm just the guy they hand the mic to. And it's still working, Rustin. So honestly, I'm just the guy they hand the mic to after 31 years and still working. But some of the technical stuff, I don't know so much. But I have heard through the grapevine hearing Phil and some of the other guys talking that there is a possibility that we might be possibly throwing in one of the new songs here, whether it be later this year. I don't know if it'll be on this run here when we go out, but there's a possibility that we might be throwing in, a song from the new record that's supposed to be coming out, I believe, first of next year. There was talk about it trying to come out later this year, but I think the decision was made to come out the first of next year. But with that being said, going back to the part of we might be playing some of the new songs, throwing one in here and there, and I've heard that. I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm excited to do it. So I'm definitely excited next year when the record comes out to go out and really push it hard. And it's a lot of great songs, and like I said, Phil helped us write a lot of them, and it was just fantastic, and the gas just putting it all together the way his approach is on making a record. And like I said, he's so passionate about the band. We just couldn't be happier, man. We're just blown away that Phil Collen loves us so much and believes in us so much, that, and from what I understand, this is his first record to produce. So we're like, very honored and just grateful and thankful.
As we mentioned, it's been 3 decades since the debut album. Can you take us back and tell us what really stands out most for you about making Mechanical Resonance?
Well, your first record is supposedly the one you've had your whole life to write because it's your first record. And then after that, you're trying to get over the sophomore hump and all them things they call it, and then by the time, like we made Psychotic Supper, we kind of had an idea of who we really were and how we wanted to approach things, which was one of my favorite records is Psychotic Supper, but it was like just the way we did it was just like kind of hardcore and over the top, and really enjoyed it. But, hey man, to still be making music 31 years later and to be making a record with Phil Collen, producing it, and the way it's coming out and sounding and feeling, and we're all happy with the songs. We're just some really lucky guys, man, and we know it. We're very grateful and thankful, and we just couldn't be happier with the way things are going.
At the end of the day, you're a singer and a storyteller. Over the years, you've helped write many wonderful songs. Pick one of your favorites that you've written and share your story behind the song and why it still resonates with you.
Well, they all do. It all depends on what kind of feel it is. When people go, what's your favorite test song? I go, well, what kind of feel are you talking about? Is it an up song? Is it a straight ahead song, or is it a ballad? But I really, one of my favorites that always stuck out with me was What You Give. And what really inspired me, Frank had written the music for the Great Radio Controversy towards the end, and I just loved the song. I played it every night, and I would just cry. And then, next you know, I had to put a dog down. It was a really good friend of mine, and I couldn't come up with words because the music felt so special to me. And then somebody trying to comfort me said, "Hey, Jeff, you know, it was just a dog." And I went, "Oh my God, man!" I remember raking some leaves in my backyard, trying to stay away from everybody, just crying and mourning from the loss. And I went, "Oh, now I know what I want to sing about. What's just a pile of rocks to somebody means the world to me, you know?" And so, which gave me the idea for it's not what you got, it's what you get, you know, and it ain't what it's not, but what it is. And so, you know, what you give, I think, is when it really sticks out, because what, like I said, what could just be a pile of rocks to somebody just means the world to you, you know? What's just a dog to somebody is just one of my best friends, you know? So that one probably sticks out the most.
Well, thank you for sharing the story. So last question before we get out of here. You will be doing your annual Ride for Reason on October 14th this year, I believe it is. What can you tell us about this event?
Yeah, well, I think this is the 7th annual. Yeah, it's for foster kids. I got a good friend that helps me, Ryan Flanor, who helps me put it on. He puts on other rides and stuff. They do a lot of the groundwork while I'm out on tour and stuff. But it's really great just doing it for the kids, showing them that, you know, that we care, that the awareness is there. The first year or two, you know, when we do it, you know, meeting the kids, they'd be like, yeah, people, they come and go. But now it's like, it's great. Here it is, this is the 7th one coming up, and I'll go to other functions with the kids and stuff, and they'll be like, "Hey, there's the dude with the long hair, he's still here," like, you know? So it's great, because they don't know who Tesla is. They're all young kids and stuff, but they just go, "It's the guy with the long hair, he's still here, he's still around, man, he's still," you know, and I get to come together with we all get to come together as bikers and show that, hey, just because we ride loud motorcycles around and sometimes a little bit fast on the street, but not too fast. At any rate, it's just fun for us biker friends to come together and do something for a great cause, you know, and for a great reason, which is why we call it Ride for Reason.
Jeff, thank you so much for taking a little time to talk with us about the new album and everything.
All right, thanks, Preston.